Hello again, and welcome to the fourth Reaxys User Day. It's my pleasure to now introduce to you our next speaker, Noah Al-Shamery. Noah serves as the chair of the European Young Chemists Network, the largest network representing young chemists in Europe. Before taking this job, he led the organization's communication team, and he also serves as co-chair of the Young Physical Chemists chapter of the German Bunsen Society for Physical Chemistry. Noah is currently pursuing a joint PhD at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore and the University of Warwick in the UK as part of the Singapore International Graduate Award Program. His research explores the electrochemistry of biopolymers such as eumelin and its derivatives with applications in sustainable energy storage and sensing. Today, Noah will be presenting a talk titled European Young Chemists Network, How Chemical Societies Shape the Future of Chemistry. Very appropriate for the theme of this year's User Day. It's over to you.
Thank you so much for the brilliant introduction, Eric. It is great to be here. Let me share the presentation for today. Like you mentioned, we are talking about the European Young Chemists Network today, and specifically how your involvement, and of course my involvement and everyone that is already a member in the European Young Chemists Network, helps to shape the future of chemistry. So we were quite happy to receive the invitation to be part of the Global Reaxys User Day 2025. And I wish everyone, no matter if you are located in Europe or like me at the moment in Southeast Asia, a good morning or good afternoon. And hope that you enjoy the presentation. There's a lot to tackle here, but if you have questions during the actual session, feel free to put them in the Q&A right away, and we will discuss them in the end. So, what is the European Young Chemists Network all about? This is very much a good chance that some of you may be hearing about it for the first time. We represent over 45,000 early career chemists all across Europe. We are one of the divisions of the European Chemical Society, EuChemS, and our general mission is, of course, to provide a platform to exchange new ideas and projects for young chemists around Europe and across the European borders. We do that by promoting the exchange of knowledge and experience among these early career scientists, which are typically, but this depends in its definition from society to society, below the age of 35. In these events, we try to offer mentoring, education, and support to young researchers, specifically at the beginning of their career. But this spans in our member societies people in their undergrad research program all the way to PhDs, postdocs, and junior PIs. And of course, we want to improve the visibility of chemistry and bring it closer to a wider audience, and also do some communication outside of the research field. We do this by having all our brilliant member societies all across Europe. You can take a look at this slide and see if you see your own member society being represented here. From all the way in the West, the Royal Society of Chemistry, to all the way to the east of Europe, we have our different member societies where they also have mother society, which is part of EuChemS, and then they have a young section. For example, the young section or of the German Young Chemists Network of the German Chemical Society, or who I represent in Germany, the Young Physical Chemists of the German Bunsen Society, or Young SES in Switzerland, Young KNCV. And these member societies can be voted into the European Young Chemist Network, where we then offer different range of support, but also speaking rights on many different topics inside our own society. We do this and we manage this big group of over 45,000 people through a system of delegates that are representing each of our member societies. And along these delegates, there is, of course, a current board of the European Young Chemists Network, where I just want to take a moment to highlight the new board that has been elected a couple of months ago at the Delegate Assembly in Prague. And the executive board currently consists of me as the chair, João Antonio as the vice chair, Monia Schilling as the treasurer, and or different team leads on different topics they are focusing, and we will be talking about those teams in detail in just a moment. And of course, like most boards, there is an advisor. In this case, it is the past chair, Claudia Bonfium. So, what do we do in our free time? Because all of this is, of course, voluntary work that we are doing. So, I was mentioning already that once a year we meet in person. The delegates come to one location that rotates all around Europe from year to year at the convocation of the Delegate Assembly, with the most recent one being held in Prague, organized also with the Czech Chemical Society. And there we have, of course, discussions. We meet with the representatives of the European Chemical Society and discuss, first of all, the inclusion of new member societies into our network or internal structure. But we also have workshops on leadership, team working. Most recently, we had two workshops with the team from Elsevier for Life Sciences, which marks a little bit also the beginning of our more deepened connection with them, which I'm excited to talk about as well during today's presentation. But besides this once a year in-person meeting, there are several different things that you can profit from right now, dear viewers, just by looking at our online resources that we are working on. So besides the meeting once a year, we are constantly communicating online through different platforms and prepare different events and resources to share with early career researchers inside Europe and outside of Europe. So we are not only present at national young chemists conferences and international European congresses like the EuChemS Chemistry Congress, or ECC, with ECC 9, the most recent one being held in Dublin. But we also have these several online events where I just want to highlight a few that you can find on our social media. We have a video series called Eurospectives, European Perspectives Unraveled, where we ask people and early career scientists in different countries in Europe to talk about their opinions on certain topics in academia, so we can compare how the different locations may differ in their opinions, for example, on the topics like excellence in academia. On LinkedIn, we have a post series called EYCN Career Compass, where we advertise different job listings, for example, PhD and postdoc positions in different countries in Europe that you can check out, that is being regularly posted. We have a webinar series, What Can I Be with a PhD?, where the title is pretty self-explanatory, and you can actually view the videos on demand on our YouTube channel. Then there is two different creative competitions that we host alternating every single year. There's a photo competition, EYCN Photochemica, in collaboration with the Royal Society of Chemistry, where we want to showcase the aesthetics of chemistry, and we get submissions even from chemistry interested people in school all the way to later stages in their education in academia. And we have the Chemistry Rediscovered video competition, where you are once again happy to take a look at some of the awesome contributions we got over the past years on our YouTube channel. Then, every time, or most EuChemS chemistry congresses, there is the Young Chemists Award, which we are involved in handing out. And if you are keen on the awards of the European Chemical Society, feel free to check out the resources available from EuChemS itself. And there may be something you can apply for. If you are already, or if you know that your chemical society where you are a member is already part of the European Young Chemists Network, if you don't know, feel free to just ask the chairs of your member society. And if you are not member, please reach out to us to maybe be voted in. You can actually request also some funding for your National Young Chemists Conference, where we sponsor presentation prizes. So these are all different things that you can make use of right now, and that we wanted to share with you on today's Global Reaxys User Day, because all of these things may be of a big use for the typical Reaxys user. And All of this is possible thanks to the work of our fantastic teams. I was talking earlier about membership, network, science, communication, and global connections team that we are structured in with our goals to unite, empower, and inspire. The final resource I want to highlight is the Chemistry Across Europe map you see in the membership square, which you will find on our EYCN website, which is a cool little interactive map where you can check what chemical societies are there in all of Europe and what can you learn about chemistry in these different regions and what differences there are. As mentioned, we have recently been discussing quite heavily collaboration with Elsevier for Life Sciences. So I do want to take a moment to highlight this initiative, which was made possible through our past chair and now current board advisor, Claudia Bonfio. And we are exploring a strategic collaboration to empower young chemists. So the key areas of our potential collaboration is not only internal workshops, like I had mentioned earlier, but also in general, the advancement of chemistry education together, supporting young scientist communities, and fostering the industry-academia dialogue, which is something to look forward to. And it's actually the last point I want to talk about in my presentation today. This industry-academia dialogue is something that needs to be talked about a little, not only a little bit, but a lot more in the academic sphere. Because oftentimes people in academia that are doing their PhDs or postdocs do not have the right resources to start working in industry or are not unsure if they can switch freely. So we actually bridge with EYCN a little bit this gap also, shaping the future together. We open up the communication, with these highly motivated early career scientists, which are members of EYCN, which are most likely exactly those type of scientists that you in the industry want to hire in the future. A great example for this is our ongoing collaboration with the European Institute for Industrial Leadership, the EIAL, headed by Steve Price and with great support from Marta Poggi, which we've been collaborating for many years to achieve exactly this dialogue. And there's room for much more, and we hope to tackle this with Elsevier for Life Sciences as well. With this, I come to the end of my little presentation of our current activities and our planned collaborations, and I'm happy about some questions.
Thank you, Noah. I love your energy, and I feel that the work that you and your colleagues are doing is extremely important, and you do all of that in your free time. I see that you organize many important resources to support young chemists as they start their careers. So this is a really valuable resource. Noah put his contact details here in the last slide. Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions, but we will collect the questions and forward them to you. But I want to urge anyone, don't hesitate to reach out to Noah if there's anything you'd like to discuss further. Contact details here on screen. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There is, again, a link to a short 5-question survey in the chat. It's that yellow box at the top. Just click it and please share your feedback. This session will end shortly and the platform will move you automatically into the next session. So just hang on here, sit tight, and you'll be taken into the next session automatically. Thanks again.
Enjoy.
Everyone, have a great day.
See you.